Okay. Okay, welcome back everybody to, well, coffee's over there. Coffee and art in the afternoon. We're working on washes in Imagimorphia. So this is what we're working on. Let me see if I tilt the camera up just a tad. So we're doing washes, and I am a little zoomed in because I'm doing individual washes on each page, and it does flash the camera out when we have a white page. However, we're going to soldier on. So far, let me do a flip of what we've done. We're just doing the basic washes on each one of the pages. So you can just see we're just doing the washes, although we have added a little bit of other things here and there. And I talked about how it doesn't matter if you go off, like here, for example, if you go off the page, off the image, because the background is going to be painted. Now, not all of them will be painted black, but it doesn't matter if I go out of lines because the backgrounds will be painted in. So right now, I'm just doing the wash. I'm not doing any of the details at this time. But you can see where we have started. And I just want to do that so that it makes me just like keep working on all the pages. Again, it does buckle a little when you do a lot of wash on these pages, but by the time you do both sides and add color pencil, it really does not wrinkle as much as you'd think after you're done with the pages. But if it does bother you to have wrinkled pages with a wash, because the images are so big that you're doing the wash on, and it does, buckle them some, then don't do this technique. Okay, a little bit of wash on those ships, a little bit on our King Kong, a little bit on the penguins. Again, I just did a wash of gray. I know they're going to be darker black, but I just wanted them washed in for now. That's all I'm doing today. Okay, it's just doing the big items, the big main focal points with a wash. Then there's a spider web, which this one we did a while back. I left this one without the little images colored in, and then that one with the images colored in so you can just see the contrast. So I left this without being colored in on purpose. But we did stickles on the spider and all the spider webs. And I said before that when I did the spiders with the red marker and then went over it with red stickles, I didn't let it dry, so it soaked through a little bit. Just paint over that with white paint, if that happens. But you can't use any kind of alcohol-based markers in these books because it will go right through. Now, if it's a one-sided page, then you don't care if it goes through as long as you remember to put something behind so it doesn't go from there to there. This is the only page that I think I'm not going to do a wash on because they're all going to be different colors and I want to just keep moving. Okay, so here we have some beetles. Again, a lot of mechanicals, we can do them either a purple, a gray, a blue, so that you can do all the mechanics like the moth that we're working on over here. This is a blue-gray. It's called Blue Harbor Blue. And I'm just using Americana craft paints for the washes, watering them down. And you don't need much. You can see how little I'm putting out in those little blobs there to do the washes with. So if y'all have any questions, put them in caps. And I'll try to answer them. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. This is recorded on a live show on Ustream with live chat and mostly live people. Gee. So anyway, this is where we'll head with the detail. But I'm starting with washes on all of them. So I wanted to get all the animals done and whatever else, skulls, whatever, with a wash of paint on them. And then I can go back and at my leisure, go in there with detail with little markers or pencil and shading. But having the base coat of an acrylic wash gets the page rolling, so to speak. Okay, so now on our beetles. And again, just because they're mechanical doesn't mean you have to do them all. We already have a couple that are in blue and purple and gray mechanicals. Even though they're beetles, we could do them in some other colors. I'm thinking, let me get a sip of coffee here, guys. Maybe some greens. We could have green beetles. instead of black beetles or gray beetles or blue shades of blue beetles. Greedles. We're going to do greedles. Instead of beetles, we're going to do greedles. I got to write that down. Okay, so blue beetles and green beetles equal greedles. Jean will like this page. That's her favorite color. Okay, yeah, so we got greedles. I'm going to get another palette for some other colors because these are all still wet here a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do some greedles. Yes, greedles. All right, so I'm going to do a couple colors. I think I'll do a moss color. I mean, you know, a olivey color. This is avocado. I love me some. Maybe I'll mix a couple colors. Let's go with a moss color, and let's mix, you know, kind of blend it back and forth with a citron or lime. Okay, so we'll go with those two to make our greedles. Do I want them both the same, or do I want them 2 shades of green? Yeah, I'll go with both the same. Green beetle, greedles. They say it all the time. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to just get the paint, give me a wash going here. And we're going to start, I think I'll do the main body of it. And again, I'm just going to go right over the whole thing to get the legs and all, because the background's going to be painted a solid color. So it doesn't matter if you go out of lines, okay? So look, just going right over the whole thing. I know that's freaking some of you out, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, so got that a little dark. Let's just wash that out a little bit, because all the background's going to be painted. So let's go with that, and maybe a little bit of the olive pulled down in here. And then let's bring in the lime, the citron lime color. It's a 2-tone greedle. Nope, didn't mean to get that color, so I'll just kind of get it a little bit off there. Got to be careful though. You know, I'm a little overdoing the water, and that will, you know, eventually go through. You don't want it to go through. I don't care if it warps the page, but I don't want it to go through the page. All right. Oh, see, I keep picking up that color. Yay. Don't know why. Too close together. Again, it doesn't matter because the background's all going to be colored in. Another color. Okay, so there's the first greedle. Now I do want some darker on this side. I should do a background one, at least a start of a background, so you can see that it's not going to stay this, well, you should know, we've done enough backgrounds, that it's not going to stay this messy. I know. Some of y'all go, oh my gosh, you colored outside of the lines. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Okay. So just a little bit of olive up here. There we go. So wonderful to hear you laugh today. I have missed several streams. Thanks everybody that is enjoying it. Yeah, Saturday stream. We don't do them too often. And if y'all see Patty Tolly Parrish or anybody that wants to stream, let me know, guys. I'm just here because nobody else was streaming, and this is what I was working on today. Okay, so there's our 2 greedles. Let's blow dry the greedles. Oh my gosh, there's something with the greedle. Eileen, I can't go look at it, but Eileen just posted something from Wikipedia about a greedle. It's real? There really are green beetles called greedles? Oh my gosh. For real? I was making that up. Oh my gosh, somebody already took greedles. Okay, I don't know what your daughter bought you. What, Vicky asked? It's named Greedle and the others. Hansel and Gretel? Did you make that up just now, Eileen? Oh my gosh, I'm writing that down. Did you just make that up, Eileen? Hansel and Gretel. Oh my gosh, that's too cute. I don't know if Eileen made that up or if that was the link she went to. The black book. I'm not sure what black book you mean, Vicky. Hansel and Gretel. Did you make that up, Eileen? I know there's a lag in chat, so I have to wait. I have to wait. Okay, there's Hansel and Gretel. I'm popping that in there so I don't forget it next time we go through. They live on the planet Novus and are telepathic. You guys, I know because somebody put a link in there. I don't know if y'all are making this up as you go or if y'all are talking about a link. And hive-minded. Oh my gosh. All right. So are you making this up, Terry? If you're not making it up, I'm not writing it down. If you're making it up, it's really good. Are you making it up, Terry? They're hive-minded. Not real. Okay, good. Okay. So they come from the planet Novus. All right, so we're just making up our own story here as we go. And are telepathic, hive-minded. Yeah. Now we have said that we have the mind of the hive with us here, but I like this. It sounds like Starship Troopers. No. That's too funny. It's Eileen's link. Oh, good grief. See, I never can tell with you girls. Terry. All right, let's go on to the tree. Good grief. Okay. So I think I'll just do I'm just going to do the, get some of this brown back here and just do the, what do you call it? The trunk. I'm not going to do all this. I'm just going to do the trunk. I just can't trust you girls. I was quoting from the link. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so it was from Eileen's link. See, I can't go to the link. So y'all go to links and I can't go. You're leaving me out. I feel left out. Okay. All right, there we go. Just want the trunk on this one. Let's dry it and move on. Trunk in the ditch. That's right, Debbie. Trunk in the ditch. All right, let's keep going. Okay, now we have some kind of deers. Again, we don't have to do them brown, but I think I'm going to go with a reddish brown. Kind of let's go back with burnt sienna. And again, you can do yours any color. I mean, you know, like we did the moth's green or the beetle's green. You can do them any color you want. I think I'm going to do their bodies, this sienna color, and their antlers, a different color. So let's go ahead and get them blocked in. Again, remember, we're just blocking in, guys. We're going to go back and shade and all that, and the backgrounds are going to be painted in. We can go back and make their little necks white, you know, and color pencil over any of the little doolollies. As my mother, oh, picked up green. I don't want that. I got to get rid of that green on my palette. And pick up any of the little areas. Where did I go here? Pick up any of the little areas for a different, you know, flowers or whatever. But right now I just want to get them based in. Okay, what are you saying? Good rule of thumb. Don't believe anything you can read in chat. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Janet. Says the mod. Oh my goodness. All right, so. I'm determined to finish this book today. I mean, finish doing the washes on all the pages. I am determined, whether you guys are here or not, whether you're trouble or not, Terry. Yeah, it's a pretty doe color, isn't it? Well, I don't know if these are does. They're a deer, a doe, a female deer. All right, so I'm going to do their antlers a blue-gray. That'll be a pretty contrast with the red-orange. So you go back in there and shade all you want. But it is best to dry in between. All right, now let's get a little bit of the blue-gray. So if y'all weren't here when I talked about it on the last segment, Monday we're going to start a page. I say start because we never know if we're going to finish it. In the, oh, he's got there's a antler or something. I mean, an antenna. That's weird. Like this whole book's not weird, but anyway. In Romantic Country, that's too much. Hang on, I need a baby wipe, not a Kleenex. I got it too dark. Again, it's okay because the background is going to be painted a different color. Romantic Country, the book where the girl who draws, and this is, I think it's her second or third, or there's 3 of them or something. She drew them all with toothpicks. And the story is that she says in the beginning is because she bought the ink when she first started out inking. She bought the ink and forgot to buy the pen and nib, so she used a toothpick. And so the whole book is drawn with the toothpick. I'll show it to you again here in a minute. My blue is almost dried out over here. There it goes. I want a little bit darker in here too. I know it looks sloppy. It is sloppy. It doesn't look sloppy. It is sloppy. But it's all going to be painted over. I mean, you know, color pencil and shaded and everything. This is just the wash. Okay, let me dry this. I seem upset. I seem upset? I do, Marie? About what? I missed something. Here are some of the... Okay, y'all are talking about videos and links that I can't go to, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Terry said, wow, that's quite the story. Are you talking about the Romantic Country? Yeah, she talks about it in the book. I'm going to read it on Monday, her story, I'll read it from her book. So if we have time, I'll go back and do a little, you know, details here and there. But my goal for the day in this book was to get the washes done on all the pages. So Romantic Country, here, let me show you. This is what we're going to working on Monday. Fantasy coloring book, and I'm just going to show you real quick. All that's drawn with a toothpick. It's a whole little world. I forget the name of her world. It's in here too. But it's a whole world that she made, and it's all drawn with a toothpick. So that's what we're going to work in on Monday. No. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know the story of the Greedle that you went to, Jean, because I can't go to it. So, yeah. Oh yes, I'm used to you guys for sure. Exactly, Jean. Nah, I'm not upset. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. And you got to remember, guys, is sometimes our conversation is off by at least 30 seconds to 45 seconds. So when I'm saying something, it may be overlapping something you guys are talking about, or vice versa. Vice versa. Okay, so there we go. Again, this is really sloppily done, but okay, I gotta stop and show you. I gotta stop real quick. Let me get some black paint here. Let me pull out just a little bit of black and a piece of wax paper because I don't want to stick my pages together. Okay. So I'll put this behind here. Do one side at a time. All right, so now I'm not adding any water to the paint. I just got some black acrylic paint there, no water. And so just so you can see, going in the ditch, probably need a smaller brush. I got wax paper here so I don't stick my pages together. So you can see it will look really cool and neat. Okay, I gotta get a smaller brush along the edge. Oh, where's one? So people don't freak out about the messiness. You can see how cool it will look once we have it painted in. Now there's some kind of little, looks like a antenna for a bug coming off of that, off his head with his antlers. So I'll just go around that. This is why I like angle brushes, because you can get that thin. See how thin you can get it? Just go right along the edge. Whoosh. I'm going to do a couple antlers just so you can kind of get the idea. And there's some little, oh, that's part of the antler from the other deer. So I'll get kind of close to that a little bit right there. Okay, something happened here, guys. Hang on. We still recording? Yeah, we're still going. Let me do a test, guys, again. You can get in there with a smaller brush, or like I get around those tiny little things with a Faber-Castell Pitt pen. But I get pretty close in there. And I'm not turning my book. If I was just doing it here, I'd probably turn the book over. But I'm going to try not to. Just going to go around a couple antlers just so you can see how pretty it's going to look with the black. And I haven't even shaded the blue yet. That's just the wash. I shouldn't be stopping to do details. I want to get this book done. It's my little goal I set for myself today, to get all the washes done. To get the laundry done. To get the washes done. It's kind of like when I glue things for collage ahead of time. When you do that, then you can get right to the fun part when you got the base done. All right, so let me move this out of the way. Come over here. Gonna be gorgeous. I hope so. Wait a minute. How did I get distracted to start a background? Yeah, I know, Jean. I know. I couldn't help it. I had to show how pretty the horns are going to look. The antlers, rather. How pretty the antlers are going to look when they're outlined with black. So I got distracted myself, Sassy. I got distracted myself. Okay, my paint's getting really dried out. I'll go back in here and do more tiny detail later. But I just want you to get an idea. I got to be careful with the sleeve. Remember, this is the sleeve that caused me trouble last week. Or Monday, when I was dragging the paint through with my sleeve. You don't want to do that again. Okay, let's go ahead and stop. Let's go down the edge. Okay, we're going to stop. So you can see how pretty it's going to be. Go back to washes. Jane. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's go on to the next animal. Let's make sure I'm not dragging paint anywhere. All right. Okay, the castle. What color do we want the castle to be? Open to suggestions. We don't have to have it, stone gray. We can have it any color we want. Do we want a yellow castle? A purple castle? Purple would be good. A lavender castle. Yeah, we're going to go for it. Why am I keep picking up these colors that I'm almost out of? Purple pizzazz. I know I have another one of these over on the cart. Okay, but you don't need much. I mean, just a dab will do ya. A little dab will do ya. What's that right there? Oh, it's my hi sitting right there. Okay. Yeah, lavender castle. I gotta clean up most of that black out of my brush. Get a little bit of a wash. And a pretty orange sky. An orange sky, lavender castle, green dragons. Oh yeah, we're all over that. All over that. But I'm just gonna try to do a wash right now. I'll try not to get too messy because then I hear OCD. I totally get it, guys. Just trying to see how far the castle goes here. I think that's where it kind of ends on that side. Yeah, I'm thinking of orange sky with green dragon and purple castle. And I can have all these green vines in there so that the dragon, see his tail is all in here too. There, he's somewhere else in there, I saw it. But he's kind of weaving through. So I think that the purple castle with the orange sky and a green dragon will be very dramatic. And green, like lots of green ivy and stuff in there. Do I need to stop and do another background for Jean? I don't want to lose that little, there's a little bat or a little gargoyle flying right there. I don't want to lose him with too thick of a wash. I need to wash that out a little. I mean, water that out a little. I mean, just get a baby wipe, Dede. Just kind of get some of that darkness off. There we go. Orange sky at night, dragons. Oh, I like that, Terry. Okay. Orange sky at night, dragon's delight. Like that. TT Trouble Terry. I was telling you to move on and get wash-a-lackin'. Oh my gosh, Jean, you girls are on a roll. We're going to fill up the wingnut book. Instead of crack-a-lackin', get washing. Wash-a-lackin'. Into the wingnut. Okay, so let's try this. Oh, there's another dragon. Oh, okay, so there's two of them there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put a wash on them too. A green, lime green, orange sky morning dragon. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so let's continue on the back side. Orange sky and morning. Dragons take warning. I love it, Terry. Okay. I'm going to stick that in here when we're done so I can talk about it next time. Yeah, the Wingnut book is packed. Of course, the Wingnut book doesn't. It's like one of those things you had to be there. Like I told you, Denise, when we were cleaning, she would go through the Wingnut book. She goes, "I don't get any of this." I mean, but it won't make any sense to you if you just all of a sudden pick out Orange Sky at Night, Dragon's Delight, Orange Sky Morning, Dragon Take Warning. That doesn't mean anything unless you were here. Unless you were here. Okay, let's get a little bit. I think my see if this green is completely dried up. No, it can get the skin off of it there. Oh, but my paint, I got on the wrong side of the paint, and it's on the black and the muddy paint. I need to clean my water brush. I mean my water tub out, because now that I use black, I'll just use my water spray, because otherwise it'll be gray, green gray. All right, so let's go ahead and do a wash of lime green on the dragons. They're there, they're there. Where do they go? Here he is. And it looks like there's a bit of a tail right there. Where else does he go? I mean, I'm going to do some of the leaves, and all that will be lime green too, but I at least want to get the dragon in there. Okay. And again, it'll have shades of green, but we want to just base coat them in. I think that's vines right there. Where else does he go? Does he go anywhere else? Koi fish, that will be good. That will be good. Orange koi fish in here with the orange sky. That'll look awesome. Oh, somebody's tweeting the cray out of me. Let me take credit, but it's from an old nautical saying about sailors. Well, I know the red sky at night, sailors delight, red sky in morning, sailors take warning. I know that, yeah. But you turned it into the dragon thing. That's original, Terry. That's all you. Yes, I know the saying. Dragon wing on left. Okay. Let me look, Debbie. Let me look. Okay, there's a bird right there. It's a bird. There's some kind of a bat thing. Oh, no, that's another dragon. That's a baby dragon. Should I go ahead and color the baby dragon in green? I think there's a couple baby dragons flying around. And that was Julie Topaz tweeting on the birthday mix-up. Oh, okay, Jean. Yeah, let's go ahead, and there's some baby dragons in here. There's one right here. There was another one down here somewhere. Here. Little baby dragons. Down by the long part snaking yellow thing. Down here. This is tricky, you guys. Tricky business, as Paula would say. Oh, you got the baby dragon? Okay, so that's what we were talking about. Okay. All right, let me dry this, guys, and move on. We got to finish this whole book. Yeah, that's what it was, Debbie. It wasn't in fact, a dragon wing. It was just a baby one. Okay, let's see, because I don't even know what's coming up next. Oh my gosh, rabbit trails. Okay, I think we have to have pink bunnies, don't you? All these rabbits are heading to the rabbit trail. Do we want them pink? Y'all, what do y'all think? Because we got those red cat mushrooms. Those always look cool when you paint them red. So, do we want the bunnies to be pink, or do we want them to be brown like? Or do we want to mix them? Do we want brown, gray, black, white? Do we want all colors of bunnies? Let's do all colors of bunnies. Okay, I need a clean palette thing, or dry palette. Hang on. Okay, we're going to do all shades of bunnies. Look at that, an unused one. Okay. All right, that's what we're going to do. So let's get out a little bit of every color of bunny. No pink. Oh, that's right. Eileen doesn't like pink. Okay, well, we're going to do all colors of grays, browns, tans. I'm just going to put out all kinds of shades. And I think I'm not even going to try to be careful to get them, like some color may overlap in some of the others. Know what I mean, Vern? Let's just get all kinds of colors here. Maybe let's get some white so we have a real pale brown and maybe a real pale gray one. Let's put a couple dabs of that. I have some black here. So, let me just get some fresh. So let's see, we got a brown, black, gray. I need a dark brown, like a chocolate brown. And a gray. Let's see, let's do a light gray. Oh, I got one gray. Let's get a darker gray. Okay. That will, oh, you know what, maybe an auburn color too. Let's go with that's antique maroon. Where's my red, brown, my sienna color? Is this it? Russet? No, that's too much like the brown. I need my, what do I do with this? Probably just, oh, here it is. I knew it was sitting here somewhere. A sienna. Okay, there's all our bunny colors. Bunny colors. Your 8-year-old fan says you should do a hot pink one. One hot pink one in there, hiding somewhere. Eileen can look around. Oh, you know what? Look, we'll do that one pink. I know Eileen doesn't like pink. I'm just going to put a little, look, Eileen, that's all the pink we're going to do. Okay, there we go. We got our pink bunny. Make Alina happy and Eileen not too unhappy. Oh, and Sherry. Yeah, Sherry here. There she is. Yeah, there we go. So Sherry and Galena will be happy and Eileen not too unhappy. Okay, let's go on with our browns. Let's get a smaller brush. And I'm just going to spray this whole thing with water here. So I got some washes. Let's get a smaller brush. Here we go. All right, so let's just start with a nice little tan one or two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out like 2 or 3 of each one. Like I'm just kind of spread them out, you know, space them out. Like a tan one there, a tan one here. And again, I'm just going over all the foliage and everything, because we'll go back in and color pencil it in. And then one more tan one maybe right back here. But I think the tans and browns and grays, that'll look good when we go to do the red cap mushrooms. All right, let's get a nice gray one here. Let's see, let's do, oh, too much. Gotta lighten it up because we don't want to lose our color book lines. Look, too much. Too much. A gray one there. A gray, oh, good grief. Gotta water that gray down a little bit more. That one's a jackalope. It's got antlers. Gray one there, gray one there. Another. Let's move this paint out of the way. Have no room to move the book. Hope I'm staying in frame here. And again, guys, if you see Patty or anybody wanting to stream, let me know, because I'm just filling in. All right, so we got 3 tan ones, 3 gray ones. Let's go with the red-brown one. And then a red-brown one over here. Oops, picked up a little gray. That's okay. And then one of them over here. And again, remember, all the backgrounds are going to be colored in. Okay. Let's do a dark chocolate brown one. Add a little black there. A little bit more water. Oops. One there. One here. And another one down here. I'm not looking at chat just a second, guys. I want to get my bunnies all washed. Okay. All right, now let's do like a real light whitey gray one. Like, you know, just off-white, which will probably have some blue in it. But I'm trying to not add any other colors right now. Let's have this one. Just a little bit more gray. And then, let's see. And another kind of light gray one right here. A little green in it. Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. There's our herd. There's our herd of bunnies. Yep. Rabbit trail. Oh, the pale pink will look so good with those browns. Okay, so there we go on that wash. Let's move on. Remember, guys, this is just a pale wash. They're going to be very vibrant and colorful and dramatic when they're colored in. There's pink right there. I mean, they'll be nice. Look, guys, let me do one little. I know, Jean. I know. I know. Do one little bunny. It's going to have a little white tummy. Maybe a little bit of highlight around the eye and the face here. Okay. See, start shading them in. Very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits, yes. Can even get in here with some little, let's do some little white little hairs on his little tummy, maybe his little eye. A couple hairs in his ears. It's gray. Where's my dark gray? So just so you can see a little bit of detail that I'm not just throwing paint. I'm not just throwing paint. Okay, moving on. Okay, again, the balloons I think I'll leave because those are going to be all different colors. These Zeppelins, sorta. More mechanics. Do I want them blues? See, it's all mechanics. Just call for grays, blues. Let me see, maybe a different color of blue that we haven't used yet. We used ultramarine. What other color blue haven't I used today? Primary blue, but that's almost kind of like ultramarine. Let's put the brown back. Sorry, guys. Don't know if I want just baby blue like ocean blue. Let's go with ocean blue just for the base here. I got to be careful. These are stacked. I don't want to unstack them and move the paint. So let's get a fresh palette again so I'm not unstacking stacked paint. A dry palette. Sorry guys, I bumped it. Okay. All right. So we're going to just go with ocean blue. Then we can do blue gears and all that. But I'm going to leave the the hot air balloons not painted. Get back to that. Because you can still go over it with other colors, but I just want the wash, the base done. Do I want them both blue, or do I want one? A light blue, like a real light blue maybe, like baby blue. Let's do a baby blue. Just so they're not exact, you know, not exactly the same. And it's different from the gray blue, not by a lot, but came too much. Are we going to get the whole book done today? How long have we gone now this time? Already another hour. Super sweet puppy, be very. I'm hunting rabbits. Don't want to get it too opaque. Okay. I think that's good. Just got the mechanicals done. I'm not sure what other colors we'll add in there. Just the base coat, just the wash. Hey, Paula. Are you walking a lot during work? Is that what y'all are talking about? We didn't have step things when I was doing visual merchandising, but we did do the step counter thing one time to see how far we walked in a day, and it was like 10 miles. Now we worked, of course, 9 hours, so including breaks and stuff. That's working in a mall in a 3-story department store. 10 miles a day. Never had to worry about exercise then. Okay, I need to dry that just a little bit more. Okay. So there's the blue. If you're just joining us, Paul, or anybody else, we're just doing washes on every page. We're doing the washes for all the pages. Shark! Sharknado! What is there? What are the shark ones? All right, I feel it's a little damp from the other side. Let me dry it some more. There's Sharknado. There was Sharknado 2. There was I don't know. Then there was Sharknado. Oh, hell no. Oh, excuse me. What other one was there? There's all these different sharks. I can't hear that without thinking of the story of oh, I know. The toilet paper. Should I tell that story again, Terry, while we're doing Sharknado? I gotta do them blues though and grays, right? I got to. Let's go ahead and go with a gray. I mean, even though we'll end up putting some other colors in them. Oh, that's midnight blue. I forgot let's go with midnight blue. Oh, I need another palette. All my palettes are full already because I'm having to spray the water. Yeah. Okay, so midnight blue, that's a good one for the sharks. Okay, so the story of my, there's a lot of stories, but one of the stories of when I worked at visual merchandising, doing, doing the mannequins and the decorating for stores. That was my career. Um, well, there was this one time, there was this lady that was always grumpy, and she worked in the makeup department. She was older at the time. I was, younger, of course, and but she was probably in her 60s at the time and worked in the makeup counter. She looked good. I mean, she was well put together. All right, let me see how that's too dark. Let me add a little bit more water. She was well put together, but she was always so grumpy. You wouldn't think somebody in the makeup department would be so grumpy, but she was. Remember, guys, this is just a wash, so I don't worry about going out of lines or anything like that because all the background and everything is going to be painted over. So don't freak out when you see me just slopping this paint on because it'll be nice and tidy when we're done. So anyway, she liked me, but she was real grumpy with everybody, but she was less grumpy with me. Let's just put it that way. Less grumpy with me. But I was always tease her and, you know, um, so one time, well, I'll tell you two stories. So one time, well, every day actually, she would come into the break room and take her shoes off. Because, back then, I don't know what it is like now, but stores like Macy's and you have to wear dresses and heels, especially if you worked in the women's department or in the makeup department. And this was a few years back. It may not be as strict anymore, but you had to really dress nice, right, in those departments. So of course her feet would hurt. Her feet would hurt after wearing shoes and heels for so long. I got to keep adding a little bit of water to this. Let's see, I got too much. Let me water that down some more because I just want to wash. I don't want to paint it in. So she'd come in to the break room, kick her shoes off, and we would hide her shoes. Well, excuse me, I would hide her shoes. I would hide her shoes somewhere in the break room. And she would always be on, Dee Dee, where are my shoes? I'd leave. Oh, I shouldn't have sprayed this. Sorry, guys, don't be spraying this particular book because it's too, it'll soak through too easy. And I want just less. So I was always hiding her shoes. Well, one time, and what I would do is I'd sneak under the table and grab her shoes and hide them. When you get age 60, grumpy is part of the deal. Janet. So anyway, one time I said, well, I'm going to do something different. So I said, oh, I'm going to, I went in the bathroom and I got the toilet paper and I went, rolled it up into a little ball, right? Like, rolled it, not in a ball, but, rolled it out. Roll, 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 roll. And I snuck up under the table. Of course, everybody could see me doing this but her. I snuck up behind the table, and with a piece of Scotch tape, I taped it to the back of her shoe. So she got up and left and walked out. And as she was walking out of the break room, unroll, 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 and down the stair. I could hear her all the way down to the next floor. Dee Dee! She walked, I don't know how far. She walked while that toilet paper roll was unfurling throughout the store. Don't get any ideas, Paula, with your coworkers. Just saying. Do not do that to your coworkers, Paula. At least not the first week. Don't do it the first week. Okay, let me dry this Sharknado. But you know what? What goes around comes around. I don't say karma because I don't believe in karma, but let's just call it what goes around comes around. So one time I was at the theater, and I need to dry this a little more. Hubster and I were at the theater, and he's a big card. I'm telling you, and he's a big jokester, and he can pull this on me, and it still makes me laugh. I don't get embarrassed easy. I just, that's why I try to teach my kids, but by humorous things doing to them, so that they just don't get embarrassed of themselves easily. Because it's more fun if you don't get embarrassed easy in life, right? It's more fun. Trust me, when you tuck your dresses up in your pantyhose, and shoulder pads fall down to your knees, those kind of things. When those things happen, you can laugh at them. So we were at the movie one time, and he said, "Well, go get in line get the popcorn. I'll go get the tickets." So I'm in line, and he went and got the tickets, and he was standing across the room with the tickets, and he was waiting for me with the popcorn. So I was going step, waiting my turn, step, waiting my turn, step, waiting my turn. Getting creeping up to the cashier. And he was laughing at me. He was across the room laughing at me. So I couldn't figure out why. Well, when I got over to him, I said, "What is so funny?" He said, "Look down at your feet." Apparently, every step I was taking, my feet were sticking to a napkin, and I was picking up napkins as I went. Picking up napkin, picking up napkin. They were sticking to my feet. I must have had a stack of napkins attached to my foot that thick. Yeah, Paula, exactly. And he was just over there just laughing. Anyway, so that's how that's how we roll around here. Okay, all right. So if you're just joining us, let's do a quick flip again, because we're gonna have to do another part, I think. The book is getting quite fluffy. And see, it does warp some. It doesn't bother me, but if it bothers you. All right, so here's what we've done washes on so far. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to try to flip through them. And remember, they're just the washes. This page is done, but, other than that. And we didn't do anything on this one. And then here we got Hansel and Gretel. The green beetle. Gretel, yes. Okay. Dede, tell how Hubster tricked you picking you up. Oh, you mean how he drives away when I walk up to the car? Is that the story, Jean? There's so many. Oh, yeah, the game, yeah. Well, back in the day, you used to have game rooms. I mean, you still have game rooms in theaters, but not like they used to. They used to have full-on game rooms in the theater, right? And I love Miss Pac-Man. I was a Miss Pac-Man champion. Just saying. Just not bragging. Just saying. Anyway, I love to go to the theater, and I'm going to keep working while we're talking. And when we wait for the movies, right, we would, again, I can't be getting paint on the bottom of these. I'm stacking these trays, and that's not a good thing. Um, and his nickname is Buddy, right? So I ran out of quarters playing the game Butterscotch. I think I'll go with Butterscotch Wash. Was playing some Ms. Pac-Man. I ran out of quarters. So I walked up to him at another game. I said, "Hey, Bud, you got a quarter?" That's his name, Bud. I said, "Hey, Bud, you got a quarter?" And he turned around, and serious as he could, not a crack and a smile. He turned around, looked at me, and goes, "I beg your pardon," and turned back around and kept playing the game and just left me standing there. And everybody's going, "Oh, that poor girl. She doesn't even have a quarter. She's having to beg quarters." Okay, so I'm just going to go over the whole thing with the wash. Again, there'll be, shades of yellow and brown and everything else in here. Hey, Bud, you got a quarter? Yeah, he's quite the character, my hubs. Quite the character. Or, and I don't know if the other one you're talking about, Gene, is when like he still does it occasionally, not as often as he used to. Like he'd pick me up at the curb of somewhere, right, and I'd go to reach for the door handle and he'd drive away just a little bit, like a foot, like just drive, and I'd go and reach for the handle again, he'd drive and move the car just like a foot. And I'm practically chasing him down the street 1 foot at a time, laughing so hard I'm about, crying. I'm laughing so hard. You want the shoulder pad story? Okay. Well, the shoulder pad story. I went to a wedding, and this was, we had a kind of a fancy dress on. It was a shirt waist dress, but it was kind of loose. It was like, it was like curvy, but it was loose. And so anyway, and back in the style of the time was like, it was like during the Dallas, big hair, long dresses like past your knee, tall heels and all that. So I had on a dress like that. Let me even draw it out for you. Hang on, let me get a piece of paper. Oh, and I got to tell y'all, some of my plans for Inktober is really coming along. Okay, so I had this dress on, right? Here's my head here, Mose. Okay, so I had this dress on, and it was really long, like here's my knees, right? Here's my knees. And shoulder pads, big shoulder pads were all the style. So you had these little arms, right? You had your little arms and these big shoulder pads. Oh, wait, yeah, okay, yeah. Did you put a wash yet on the other tiger that is a 2-page spread? No, I haven't got to a 2-page spread tiger yet. I'm not even near done with this book, guys. Not even near done. My goal was to do the whole book, right? That's what happens when I stream. I talk more than, yes, so the best stories have diagrams, right? So we, and you had the big hair, although I probably had short hair at the time. So this was not my hair. I wore my hair real, real short. Anyway, but shoulder pads were big. So we went to a wedding, and I walked and was up some stairs to the church. And so as we were walking into the wedding, I felt something scratchy on my knee. So I kept, and my skirt this was kind of flowy, right? It was kind of flowy. And I kept felt something itching on my knee. I thought, what is that? What is that? I kept reaching down and grabbing my knee. Did I get bit by a bug or something? So anyway, finally after the wedding, in the reception, walking around doing all this stuff throughout the day, and then I was leaving, and finally I just had enough. Something was bothering my knee. So I reached down there and grabbed my skirt real hard because I was determined something's poking me. Reached down and pulled my skirt, and what I did is I heard a and it was Velcro coming off of my skirt hem because my shoulder pad had fallen down in my dress and was attached to my hem. And when I yanked it off, it made that Velcro sound real loud. And everybody was around me, and they looked at me like, what was that? And all day long, I had been walking around looking like this. Right? Big shoulder pad, no shoulder pad. So I walked around all day long looking like that with a shoulder pad dangling off my skirt. It was hanging off. It was hanging off. So not only did I look like Marty Feldman in Frankenstein, what hump? Hump? What hump? Hump? What hump? Okay, this bird. What color are these birds? I mean, not that I have to make it the right color, but I think what are these birds called? What are these birds called? Somebody knows. Is it not an ibis? Why won't people tell us these things? I was one hump. And, you know, and nobody did come up to me and say, what's that hump? Because then I would have had to go, what hump? Okay, what does anybody know what bird this is? It's not an ibis. What is this bird? Well, you know, but those are the kind of things if you laugh at yourself, if you laugh at yourself about it, you know, like I went and got gas, you know, I came from someplace fancy or somewhere I had to wear a dress. And back then everybody wore pantyhose, right? And I got out of the car, self service, pumped gas, got back, leaned back in my car to get my purse to take in to pay, put the thing on, you know, got leaned in my car, got my purse, walked into the store, paid, walked out of the store, came back, and looked at somehow, I don't know if I noticed, because nobody told me. I think I just felt a breeze. And the whole time my skirt was completely tucked in the back of my pantyhose. Not just a little bit, mind you. The whole skirt was my butt was showing the whole thing. Getting the gas, leaning over in my car, getting the money, going into the store, coming out. Nobody told me. I probably passed 10 people. Nobody told me that my skirt was tucked up in my pantyhose. Yeah, Sherry. Yeah. Walk this way. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. Okay, does anybody know? Oh, yeah. Well, let me see. What kind of bird is this? Anybody know? It's not an ibis. There's a name for this bird. I don't want to do it pink because if we have come across any flamingos, we're going to have to, you know, just tell Eileen to look away. Yeah, 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 Ange. Uh, somebody tell me this is not an ibis. What is that? I'm thinking the ibis in the uh, Egyptian one, but that's not this one. I would tell somebody if I saw a girl walking in like 3 seconds in front of me with something like that, I would go, "Excuse me, hon, you might want to check your skirt." Or I'd be up behind her going, "Your skirt's tucked up." You know, why don't people do that? No idea what the bird is. Okay, let me just put in tropical bird. I might be able to find it. Oh my goodness. Okay, get past the parrots, the parakeets. Maybe, no, it's not a peacock. What is it? Hang on, guys, I gotta find it. Oh, here it is. This is it. Oh, just it. Well, it doesn't say its name, but the color is what I wanted anyway. So it's kind of a blue gray with red and a big yellow plume. So there's the colors. It doesn't say what it is. It's from Pinterest and just says tropical bird. But that's what I wanted anyway. So we're going to go with that same yellow, kind of yellow ochre color here. Because I did want to do it kind of that color. So we're going to go with it. So it's got this yellow plume thing here. Always let people know when they have lipstick on their teeth. Crowned crane. Thank you. Thank you, Dragon Slayer. Crowned crane. Um, so anyway, there'd be times when we would try to, you know, when I told y'all the story about the lawnmower, Hubster doing the lawnmower. But when the girls would get, uh, you know, embarrassed easy, we would try to do things. All right, so this, hang on, there's a little bit of red there and a red plume. So I'm not seeing that red accent thing under its neck. You know, like the turkeys have that red thing under their neck. I don't see it drawn on here. Kerby, did you forget the little red neck thing? We have to put it in. And then it's a purple, you know, it's kind of a purple color. So we're going to go with the purple color. But there's a red area right here. And then there's on the picture, there's some red under his chin there. So I'm going to do some red feathers there, just a little bit. And then the rest a purpley gray color. Except for right there, it's white, black, white, purpley. Okay, so let me get to purpley gray here. Let's go with sticking out. Oh, or your hair. I don't know. I wouldn't know. That one hasn't happened to me, Eileen. I mean, Terry. But I would try to. Okay, that's Blue Harbor again. I don't want Blue Harbor. I want some purple. I want a little bit of purple. Let me just put a tiny bit of purple with that blue here. Because I really wanted a gray purple. You know, I wanted a gray purple. So let me mix me up my own gray purple here. There we go. Add some water. Okay. Too dark. Too much. I want it to be a wash. Here we go. Hey, Brenda. Anyway, I don't have a real good memory. Hubster can remember, and my sister Jody, oh my gosh, she could tell every story that ever happened. Apparently, when Denise and Boo went out there last weekend, they flew out to Texas to visit with my mom and Ken and my sister and all that. Well, apparently, they all had a great time telling stories on me. Had a great time. I'll tell you the roller coaster. I mean, the roller. I used to, of course, now I'm talking back in the early 70s, right? When you had roller skates that were like really roller skates. They weren't roller blades. They weren't, anything like that. They were just plain old white roller skates. And you'd go to the skating rink. And they'd play the music real loud. It's kind of like the teenage hangout place, right? So this is Denise, or my sister told me that this is one of the stories she told on me while I was out, while they were out there. Let me hit this with the heat gun first, guys. So you only get these stories on Saturday. So I was a good skater. I would enter they'd have contests, they'd have races, they'd have all kinds of things that you could, it's wet on the back. Hang on, guys. And this is another mechanical. These are robots. I'm not going to do these, guys. I've already done enough mechanicals for the day. Oh my gosh, another one. Okay, I'm going to skip these as well because these are like a lot of plants. There's not an item to really, I mean, like there's an anchor in here and a compass rose or a compass in there. So I'm not going to do those. All right, birds. We're going to do the birds. So anyway, I was a good skater. Yes, lace up skates. That's right. Before your time, Sherry. Yes. So anyway, this is one of the stories that my sister told on me. So I was, I was a good skater, and I thought I was really, really hot skater. I'm telling you. So I was probably about 13, maybe 13, 12, 13. And I'm sure there were some boys around I was trying to impress. So I was doing, the skating and the weaving in and out, the back skating, could back skate, do the, crossover legs, do this, y'all know what this is, right? You got the picture? So anyway, and I was going real fast around the rink and probably backwards and doing all this, crossing your feet over each other. And all of a sudden, I see a wheel. I see somebody's wheel go rolling by, and I yelled out to, I think, my sister. I went, "Look, somebody's wheel!" And I went, "Bam!" It was mine. Yes, yes, it was. Oh my my goodness. Anyway, okay, let's see. I think I want some minty green. Let's do a couple minty green birds. Let's do some sweet mint and pistachio mint. We're going to do minty birds. I know, right? How embarrassing. That's the kind of stuff you gotta learn to laugh at. Okay, so I'm gonna open. I don't think have I ever used this one? Oh my gosh, I don't think I have. All right, we're gonna do 3 colors. Let's do those, and let's also do a turquoise. Let's do these 3 colors of birds. How about that? Y'all, I knew y'all like that story. Everybody does. But anyway, those are the kind of stories that my sister was telling Denise and Boo about while they were on the river walk in San Antonio. You had to have the best skating skirt at the ring. Oh, Eileen. Oh, the best. Did you have the best skating skirt, Eileen? Okay. So I'm just going to spray them down because my water in my bucket is dirty, and I have to, I'm just dragging the dark paint water over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the light minty green first. Okay. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, because the background will be painted, I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to go through, and I think all the birds will be multicolor. I mean, these colors. So I'm just going to kind of go through and put a wash of a mix, whoops, too dark, of all the colors of blue. And again, guys, the backgrounds will be painted. The backgrounds are going to be painted. But I want it to look like the birds are flocking through. And they're all, too dark. Need more water. So it's almost like they're camouflagey. Know what I mean, Vern? They're kind of camouflaged. Where's my I need a clean baby wipe. So I can blend them out a little bit. So those are some of my embarrassing stories. So can you kind of see how I want them to all have a little bit of all the colors? So when we go to color them in, too dark. I'm not able to get the wash colors I want because I'm spraying instead of dabbing. I could almost probably just take a baby wipe and wipe the whole thing. You know what? I'm going to try that. I'm going to just get some paint on my hand and do that. There's a quick way to do a wash, huh? Wash the whole thing. Are you laughing at me, honey? Did you hear me telling my stories? Or are you laughing at something else down there? Oh, I didn't know if you were laughing at me telling my skating story.
No, I'm watching Mystery Science Theater. I made you something to eat.
Oh, you did? Okay. He's watching Mystery Science Theater. Which one is it? I thought they weren't sure. Or did you put it on?
No, it's one I recorded.
Oh. Okay. Because they were coming on PBS for a couple weeks. Okay, we're just going to go with that. Hubster said he made me something to eat. I have not eaten yet today. I've not eaten all day. Just got too busy in here and haven't even eaten. Okay, so we're already at an hour and a half again. So I'm going to dry this. I think we're going to stop. Let me see. Before we go, I'll see how many pages we have left. Yeah, 'cause I want all the birds to, and then when I go to color them, I'll show you. I'll do one. We'll do one bird. Oh, I know. We do too on Mystery Science Theater. Would you make me? Oh, what is a sandwich? Really? Did he make you one?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I probably won't eat a whole one, but oh, that looks so good. Look, he made me a BLT with bologna.
Bologna sandwich with lettuce and tomato.
Yeah, bologna with lettuce and tomato. Just give me bologna, mister. Do y'all remember that in Mr. Mom? Okay, let me take a bite. Okay. Good, honey. Okay, so that's dry. Let me just check to see how many pages we have left, because obviously we're not going to, well, I don't know. Let's check. So, jellyfish, that won't take too long. A giant iguana or dinosaur, I think it's a dino. Again, that's just green, won't take long. The horses and the carriage. Okay, must be, no, this is a leopard. Somebody was asking me about a double-sided page with camel. Oh no, that's what do you call it? What do you call them? You know, where the butterflies come out of. A whale tail, an owl. See, there's still a lot, guys. Shells, snails, feathers, a wolf, an eagle or a raven. I think it's an eagle. Another horse. So yeah, we have a lot more to go. The leopard's one you met, Kathy? Well, let me go ahead and save this one, guys. Swallow my sandwich. Let me go ahead and save this, and we'll be right back.